make it a brighter place. It'll take creation, imagination. Try to draw.
Hello Stampers, it's Alison Solven with Stamp Crazy. I wanted to share a card that we made at my recent Big Shot Club using a variety of new products from the holiday catalog. And it's a pop-up card. It's called a book card, so when you open it, the inside actually pops up, and I'm going to hold it like this because you're not going to be able to see it if I stand it up. But you get the idea. This pops out, and there's from the top. You can see how it's made. I'm going to start by showing you how to make the inside layer here, the part that pops up. I'm going to bring in my trimmer. Hopefully you can see this. The lights might make it a bit bright, but you'll get the idea. This piece is cut to 3 3/4 by 10.5. I'm just going to open this up so that you can see it. I'm going to move it to the 1/2 inch mark, which is right here. I'm going to lower my little arm here, and I'm going to be using my cutting blade, but I'm only going to be cutting it from 1.5 to 9. So you've got to find out where that is. Okay, so 9 is, you find that you can't see something, here's a trick. My eyes aren't as good as they used to be. I just put a little piece of white under there so I can see where I'm going. So I want to start at 9. Okay, and I'm going to press that in to my paper. So that's the beauty of this trimmer, is that you can do that. And then I'm going to slide it up to 1.5, which is there. Okay, and then I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side. So go over to 1.5, sorry, to 1/2. I'm going to start at 1.5, press, and I'm going to go all the way down to the number 9 here, 9 inches. That's the beauty of this trimmer, is that you can do that, because you see I've cut it, but I haven't had to cut to the end. Here's my Simply Scored. Place this here, and I'm going to, my first score is going to be at 1.5, which is basically where the end, where these end here. So I'm going to find my 1.5, and I'm going to score down, but I'm only scoring between the 2 cut lines. Next I'm going to go to 2 1/4, and this time I'm also going to only be scoring between the cut lines. My next score is at 3 1/4, and that's going to be from the edge to the cut line on either side. My next one is at 5 1/4. Now this is actually right through the entire piece, because this is the center of the card. Next I'm going to go to 7 1/4, and I'm going to just do a score there and a score on the other side, and sometimes I'll flip this, or I'll use a ruler just to make sure I'm getting in the right place. So you've got 7 1/4, and that's only going from the edge to the cut line. And sometimes I like to bring this down because my eyesight isn't as great. And there we go. Then the next one is going to be at 8 1/4, but that's going to only be between, again, the 2 cut lines. And then my last one is going to be at 9, which is the end of those cut lines. So, find 9, we are right there. Okay, so now I've got all my cuts, and all my scoring. Alright, so now that I've showed you how to cut the inside of the card, I'm going to show you how to do all the other elements. So let's get started. I'm going to start with a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I'm going to use the trees from the Happy Scenes photopolymer stamp set. This is really a great set because it's got Christmas and Halloween or fall cards, and of course Christmas. So lots to choose from. When I'm using photopolymer stamps, I like to use my piercing mat, so I'm just going to put a piece of paper over top, just a scrap paper, so that I can go off the sides. I'm going to ink with Mossy Meadow, and when you apply ink to any kind of stamp, but especially these photopolymers, don't press too hard. You just want enough so it gets on your stamp, but it doesn't go on your acrylic block. And I'm just going to do a line of trees here. On my original card, I used Whisper White ink, But for this card that I'm doing for the video, I substituted it with shimmery white just because it looks more like kind of a Christmas wintry scene. For my next row, I'm not going to care that I'm going to be stamping over top of the other trees. That's fine. Don't worry about it. For instance, that's on top of that one. It's just fine, not to worry. And I just want a few, maybe right here. And you can see that I'm going off my page, and that's deliberate because I want my eye to be drawn to the edges. I don't want it all in the middle there. I want to create this moon, and to do that I've got a circle punch, and I've just got a post-it note, and I'm going to put it on just a regular little piece of paper. It just gives it a little more substance when you're punching. If you try and punch through a post-it note with your punch, it just gets kind of jammed. So I'm using the 1-inch circle punch. So now I can just place this where I want. Now I've got the sticky part, right? So I'm just going to put it right here. Then I'm going to bring in Soft Sky ink. I'm just going to bring in a sponge and just get some ink on your sponge. Then where the sky would be, you're just going to add some color. And I remove this, you're going to see that you've got your little moon. And I'm just going to add a little bit, just swipe kind of across my moon. Bring in Marina Mist and my Flying Santas. And my Flying Santas are from this stamp set called Cozy Christmas. I'm also going to be using the saying here, may the magic of the season fill your heart and home, on the inside of my card. So Cozy Christmas. And I'm just going to angle my Santa so that he's flying through the air here, and he's just caught in the moon. I can add some glitter now because I'm finished with the stamping elements. I'm going to take my 2-way glue pen, and I'm just going to make some lines, because wherever I draw on this is where my glitter will stick, because it's like a pen, just like a glue pen. Okay, so I'm just want it on some trees, just like that. Bring in my Dazzling Diamonds glitter. And you just dump it on top, and tap it off, and just give it a flick, and you're done. You can set that aside. Next element I want to cut is my window frame here. So I just have cherry cobbler, and I've got my window frame, and then this is a little window sill. And both of these are included in the Hearth and Home Framelits dies. These dies can be used by themselves, but you can also use them with the Festive Fireplace stamp set. And this will cut out your fireplace, and also this will cut out your little window box or your fancy mantelpiece. So I'm just going to go and run this through the Big Shot. Okay, so you can see that. And hopefully you can see that you can use this so well with the other images in the happy scenes. You've got the Halloween, you can just have a spider web in the corner, so it's really versatile. I can go ahead and mount this onto my card. I'm going to just use Stampin' Dimensionals, and nothing gets wasted on Stampin' Dimensionals. You can even use the sides here. So I'm going to just cut this, right up to the top here. And then I'm just going to cut it in half. And then these are perfect for the sides of my frame, like so. Like that. And then I just took a regular dimensional and put one in each corner. Okay, so I just want Santa to be seen through the window here. There he is. And then the next thing I want to do is I want to emboss this little saying here, have a cozy Christmas. It's also from the same set, Cozy Christmas, where Santa and the saying is, have a cozy Christmas. I stamped it in Versamark, and then I applied white embossing powder, and then I heat set it. Okay, so now I can just apply some snail to the back, and I'm going to apply it like that. The next element I want to apply is the little garland here. It's from the Festive Fireplace set right here, And luckily, there is also a matching die that works with this stamp set. So here's the matching dies, and you can see that this is going to fit here, and you've got a stocking die. You've even got the little cat die that fits over top of him. Isn't that cute? So we're just going to use this piece. I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of paper, and here is my bows that I need to ink up. I'm going to bring in my pad because it is a photopolymer set. You can ink it up in the old olive. You can grab some markers and just tap your marker. This is just artichoke, I think. Nope, mossy meadow, same as the ink I showed you earlier, so you can do that. And then I've got a chocolate chip marker, and I'm going to just color in my pine cones. And I can go ahead and stamp that. And I'm just going to use my die with my Big Shot and cut that out. So there we are. And to apply this one, I'm going to take my dimensionals, and again, I'm going to just use the sides here again. I'm just going to cut a little bit, and I'm going to cut that in half. Put a piece on this side and a piece on this side, and take the backing off, and then I can go and just apply this whichever way you want here, like so. So there's the front of our card. I've got a piece of soft suede here, got some snail, and there we go. My original card was with mossy meadow, but this one I've got almost artichoke, which is sort of a similar color. Go. Okay, so that's the front of my card done. Now let's bring back the piece that we cut earlier, and I want to just fold it on the score lines. Not worried too much about which way this is going. I know these ones go this way. Okay, so I'll just fold them on your score lines. I find that if I just fold them, I can fix them once they're in the actual card base. So let's open that up. Okay, so this is just going to fit in here. Now you're going to apply glue along this piece here, so it's the this edge and this side, and this edge and this side. I find that our tear and tape adhesive works really well because of course you can just tear it like so. I'm also going to just put some snail on the inside, and you'll see why in a minute. So take your scissors and release your tape, but don't take it right off, just make little tabs like so. Okay, and the reason I made the little tabs you'll see in a sec. So I want to line up the center, obviously that's your center of your card, and then I'm just going to lightly press my snail down just to anchor it. And I've got all my little tabs, and I can just go ahead and pull those off. And when I do, I'll expose the rest of that adhesive and give a nice, easy glue there, adhesive. And it's all in the right place. Rather than trying to take this off and then try and put it on here without it sticking, I just find that a lot easier. Now I've just got the two panels to make on the inside. I've got my two little pieces here just for this little edge here. Okay, then I wanted to back my sentiments on some matching paper. Again, I'm going to use the Mossy Meadow just because I really like how crisp this is, and this is a saying from Cozy Christmas. It doesn't matter, it's upside down because I can turn it over. Got those same trees that I had on the front. Just like that. And all I want to do is add some glitter to my trees and to the snow with my 2A glue pen and my Dazzling Diamonds. And there's our finished card. Now, when you stand it up, or you start, you want to fold it for to give to somebody, it's going to fold like this, kind of on itself. So hopefully you can see I've sort of brought those together, and then it's just going to fold shut like that. So then when you open it, you've got the book. Look, just like that. Thank you very much for following along with this tutorial. I know it was a bit longer than usual, but hopefully it'll give you what you need to know to make your own book card. I will be producing a PDF that you can find on my blog at stampcrazywithallison.ca, and I'll upload that along with more pictures. So thanks so much for watching, and happy stamping!
If you wanna play, make it about a place